Today on the Trent Out Loud podcast. In yesterday's episode, we told you guys about Jay-Z suing Tony Buzbee for over $100 million. Now today, it's on every blog and mainstream media. They are forgetting to tell you guys one key thing. The chances of Jay-Z winning this lawsuit against Tony is slim to none. I know there's a lot of Elon Musk fans out there, and that's fine with me. Do you? But I do have one very important question. Does the owner of Tesla really need access to your personal tax information? What up? It's Trent Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode. All right, it's Tuesday morning, and the only good thing about Tuesdays is that it's not a Monday morning. But I have a good show to get you through your day, so don't worry about it. I got you. All right, we have two lead stories. We're going to kick it off by talking about Jay-Z filing a lawsuit against Tony Buzbee seeking over $100 million. We talked about this in quick stories yesterday, but we are going to break it down further today. And we are also going to talk about Elon Musk wanting access to the IRS, which would grant him personal information to every taxpayer in America. In quick news, we're going to talk about Cardi B and Offset, Donald Trump, Kendrick Lamar, Candace, Owens, Wendy Williams, LiAngelo Ball, Nikki Baby, Meek Mills, and Stephen A. Smith. As always, we're going to close out the show with social discussion, question of the day, and a little bit of sports news. Y'all know what time it is. Turn your TVs, your radio, and your devices up. I'm about to start this Tuesday show. Let's go. Breaking news. This just came in as we were about to start recording our show. Delta Airlines flight ends up upside down after crashing at Toronto International Airport. And a Toronto person literally just tweeted this out moments ago. Toronto Pearson is aware of an incident upon landing involving a Delta Airlines plane arriving from Minneapolis. Emergency teams are responding. All passengers and crew are accounted for. That's one of the key reasons why we wanted to get this into you. If you know anybody that was on a Delta flight, or if you're worried out there, all passengers and crews are accounted for. Everybody is okay. We have been getting in some reports that 8 to 10 people have been injured. However, everybody is fine other than that. And the reports that we're getting is that they're not serious injuries. So that is amazing, amazing news. I'm going to read to you what we have so far. Depending on when you see this, information might change. But like I said, this is up to the date of what we have right now. Emergency teams are on the scene dealing with a situation involving Delta Airlines flight at Toronto Pearson International Airport. The commercial jet, which had just taken off from Minneapolis, looks to be flipped over on a snowy runway, according to photos popping up in aviation forums online. Toronto Pearson has acknowledged the incident in a post on X stating, Toronto Pearson is aware of the incident upon landing involving a Delta international flight from Minneapolis. Exactly what I just read to you. Here is some pictures of the plane upside down. You'll notice that the plane has no wings, or the tail is not on the plane. Here's another one from another angle. Here's a video from a passenger that was on the flight. Take a look.
We're in Toronto. We just landed. Our plane crashed. It's upside down. Fire department's on site. Upside down.
Here's a quick video from somebody that looks kind of just like outside of the airport, and you can see the smoke coming from the plane. This is a quick 2-second video. We're going to slow it down, but take a look. Here is another post. At least 8 people injured after a Delta plane crashed at the Toronto airport, causing the aircraft to flip upside down. Delta Air Flight was involved in a plane incident that caused the aircraft to crash upside down. According to the NYC Post, the Delta flight was flying from Minneapolis to Toronto, Canada, when it crashed at Toronto International Airport. The details of the incident have not been revealed, but photos from the scene show the commercial jet lying upside down on the snow-filled runway. As of right now, all passengers and crews have been accounted for, and only 8 people have been reported injured. One of the victims had critical but not life-threatening injuries. Okay, sorry, I didn't know about that. So one person is critical. And the other 7 people suffered moderate to mild injuries, the police say, according to CBS News. This is the first major incident involving a commercial jet since what happened in Washington in January the 27th. I don't know why they have to put that in there. All right, so what we have gathered, and I know a lot of people are going to rush, that's why this article just mentioned what happened last month. This has nothing to do with FAA or any of the people. People are going to try to draw this back to Trump and what's going on with his firing. This, from what I know so far, this has to do with crosswinds. Now, I'm not going to try to explain to you what crosswinds are, but my cousin is actually a pilot and flies out of Toronto. I spoke with him quickly, and planes, I'll do my best. Planes normally need air or wind coming at them to land, and that's what they use to land and have a smooth landing. When winds have a crosswind, it kind of messes with the plane somewhat and does something with the tail. And normally a pilot will do something to maneuver differently when there is a crosswind, and not blaming the pilot, but that could have been the issue where it was crosswinds and the pilot didn't do the things that they were supposed to do. I'm trying to choose my words wisely. I don't want to put out any blame. And plus this is, the past 10 or 15 minutes, right? So that's what allegedly is happening, crosswinds, and maybe the pilot didn't do the necessary things, or, he or she tried to do their best. Okay. So I'm just going to leave it at that. What else? Sorry that I'm all over the place, but I'm trying to gather things. There's nothing really else to say. Another thing that I wanted to say is the part with the wings and the tail. The planes are designed for that. So some people might look and be like, oh my gosh, the wings fell off and the plane fell off. Apparently, there's how a plane is constructed. It's constructed so the wings and the tail will fall off and not cause any damage to any parts of the plane. So the pictures and the videos that you see, it might look damaging. However, that's exactly what is supposed to happen. If you notice, the wings are off, but there's no holes on the side of the plane. Nobody flew out. It wasn't ripped off. Apparently, there's some bolt system where if there's any sort of damage or it hits anything, the wings just fall off, the other one falls off, and the tail falls off, and the plane is able to glide or come to some sort of standstill. The information that I don't have yet, and I'm sure it's going to be coming out, is how did it end up upside down? That's what we would all, I'm sure, want to know. But like I said in the beginning, the most important thing is all crew and all the passengers, everybody is safe. And this has nothing to do with the FAA. I don't even know if that's the proper abbreviation, but those guys in the towers, the aviation that people are saying that Trump and Elon let go or whatever. This has nothing, from what we know so far, this has nothing to do with this. This is just the weather. I didn't tell you guys about this because I was going to tell you guys yesterday about the weather that we're having in Canada. But like I always tell you guys, most of my audience is American. I didn't think that you guys would care, but I can attest to something. The weather in Montreal has been crazy over the weekend. Like, my mom was calling me and she's like, I can't even get out of my driveway. It's up to my head, the city, the snow. Like, it's been mayhem in Montreal and in Toronto. I was literally just in Toronto last week at this exact airport that's happening. The weather, of course, wasn't this bad, but for the past week, we've been having terrible weather. And this weekend was ridiculous. People didn't even leave their house, even though it was Valentine's Day or whatever. So the weather has been bad. The snow has been crazy. Snow and wind has literally been crazy. Some people are literally trapped in their house. So really bad. That's all that we have for now. Like I said, excuse us if we don't have more. And depending on when you see this, I'm sure there'll be a lot more information. So don't judge me. This is literally just happened 5 minutes ago. So we will follow up tomorrow if there's anything else. And of course, we hope the person that's in that critical condition is, healthy and ends up coming out okay. So if you guys have any more information about this, comment in the comment section below and let me know. We'll follow up tomorrow.
Everything, drop it. Come on. Don't take your video. Step on the way. On the way.
Holy
Our first lead story. Jay-Z files a lawsuit against Tony Buzbee saying, I felt that Mr. Buzbee was placing something to my head, that I either had to bow to his demands or endure personal and financial ruin. All right, we had this story yesterday in Quick News. Shout out to Megan for breaking the story and sending it to us. We were one of the first to report it, so shout out to us. But there are, now that it's hit mainstream media, there are some things that are coming out that I just want to clarify with you guys and let you know the intention, or Jay-Z and his lawyers' attention. So for those of you who saw it yesterday, give me a second. Let me just bring everybody up to speed. Jay-Z is firing back at attorney Tony Buzbee in a lawsuit after Buzbee dismissed his lawsuit against Jay-Z and Diddy over alleged SA accusations. In addition, the rapper believes Buzbee purposely filed the complaint against him on the eve of Blue Ivy's Mufasa Lion King movie premiere. The suit says, to put me in a position of having to choose whether to support my daughter or having to hide to avoid negative press. Okay, so that's in the lawsuit. Keep in mind. Months earlier, Jay-Z had sued Buzbee for civil extortion, defamation, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. While the initial lawsuit against him and Combs was dismissed with prejudice, meaning it cannot be refiled, Jay-Z is pursuing legal action against Buzbee for damages he claimed resulted from the false claims. I wanted to read that to you guys to say that Jay-Z, this suit that you're seeing now, this is a new suit, but he also has a suit from before, and he actually has two other ones. And Buzbee also has, I think, 3 or 4 lawsuits towards Roc Nation. Basically, what I'm trying to say is all of this is just frivolous nonsense that it's not going to come to any sort of fruition. Jay-Z is doing this so that he could make his name look better in the public eye. And that's exactly why it's hitting mainstream media. When this first came out, Megan reported about this. Nobody knew about it. That's why yesterday I just put it in quick stories. I told you guys the story is the case was dismissed. That was the big story. That was our lead story, actually. And then today, you'll see it's all over the blogs, all over the news. That's Jay-Z and Roc Nation putting out a press release saying, yo, not only was this dismissed, but I'm suing Tony Buzbee. But he was suing him a bunch of times before. Now, I'm not saying that Jay-Z is guilty or not guilty, but I'm just letting you guys know that everybody that's getting all excited about this, be like, yeah, get him, Jay-Z, or whatever. Again, he did this 2 or 3 months ago, and Tony Buzbee has sued him back and forth. This is what lawyers do to each other. Nothing is going to happen. Tony Buzbee is not going to have to pay Jay-Z any amount of money. He's suing him for over $100 million. He wants back $20 million that he's going to lose from Roc Nation. One of the parts in this lawsuit, and I'm going to play a clip from you from a lawyer, because I know some of you sometimes in the comment section are like, what do you know, Trent? You're not a lawyer. I've had a tremendous amount of experience in the legal field, in court myself. I have over 6 lawyers, okay? So trust me when I tell you, in all facets of the law, I know a lot. However, I'm still going to play a clip because I get it. But one of the things that he's putting in here is actually a little laughable. Sorry, Roc Nation. But the fact that he says here, in addition, the rapper believes Tony Buzbee purposely filed the complaint against him on the eve of Blue Ivy's Mufasa Lion King movie premiere, stating that he put me in a position to choose whether to support my daughter or having to avoid negative publicity. There is no way that Jay-Z could ever prove that Tony Buzbee filed the lawsuit the day before that on purpose. Like, this is impossible. He would literally have to get like a phone recording or some sort of email of Tony Buzbee saying, we are purposely going to file, do not file on this day or that day. Make sure you find out when his daughter's premiere is. Okay, when is the premiere? December the 1st, or let's say December the 2nd. Okay, cool. File it December the 1st. It's impossible. Now, we do know that Tony Buzbee filed it the day before for that reason, 100%. We said it a million times. But to actually prove in court, that's the difference in court. It has nothing to do with what you know. It's irrelevant of what you know. It's what you could prove in the court of law. Even if the judge believes you, the judge is there not to believe you. The judge is there to inflict the law upon both sides. And there's no way that he'll be able to have proof of that. One thing. Second thing is, I'm going to play the video. Take a listen.
Now, you have Jay-Z. What he argues is that Buzbee has this frivolous BS lawsuit, and he decided to file it right when I was going to go and appear at my daughter's Mufasa Disney premiere. Who knows what's going to happen with that? I think there's a lot of leeway that courts give to lawyers to file claims based on what people tell them. And so the idea that, hey, I can file this lawsuit because somebody told me and I believe them, maybe in a typical case is reasonable. Now, Buzbee also has lawsuits that are still going against Roc Nation. Out in Texas, Roc Nation will be defending the lawsuits against Buzbee. You could have a situation where everybody looks at it and goes, all right, you're suing me here, I'm suing you there. Let's just kind of walk away.
Okay, I know there's a lot of things in there, but I just wanted to get it all out. So the most important thing I want you to focus on is that the courts allow lawyers to file cases based on what people tell them. So that's all Tony Buzbee has to say. Jane Doe came to me, presented this case. Yes, it's still up to a lawyer to do some due diligence. However, this is not a criminal case. This is a civil case. So Jay-Z's reasoning for suing him is not going to be able to hold up, because a lawyer, all he has to do is point to Jane Doe and say, Jane Doe, did you come in this office and tell me all of these things and give me all of these facts? Yes. Did I fact check 2 or 3 of them? Yes. Okay, cool. The case is thrown out. So there's no way that Jay-Z or Jay-Z's legal team, I don't care how rich he is, I don't care how many billions of dollars he has, he's not going to be able to get any amount of money from Tony Buzbee. Tony Buzbee's not a little rinky-dink lawyer. He's one of the biggest lawyers in America and the biggest lawyer in Texas. So I am certain that Tony Buzbee has dotted his I's and crossed his T's. Maybe not enough to win the case, but also to, let's not forget, we haven't heard anything from Tony Buzbee yet. We don't know why this case was dismissed. We know that it was dismissed with prejudice, meaning that this Jane Doe case can never be brought up. But that doesn't say that another lawyer or another person can't bring a case to Jay-Z. And if I'm not mistaken, Tony Buzbee can also bring another case against Jay-Z from a completely other person. So I just think everybody is getting very excited. On both sides, people who are on Jay-Z's side say, I never believed it. I never believed Tony Buzbee. It was all out for money. Yo, Jay, get him. And then people on the other side were, nah, Jay's guilty. He's going to go down one way or another. He paid off. He had a settlement in the background. Just chill. You know what I'm saying? Like, trust me, this is not over yet by a long shot. I also played in there where the New York lawyer just told you guys that there's a bunch of stuff going on behind the scenes with the lawsuits, that each of them have multiple lawsuits. Again, we only hear about these things when they pay to have press releases. When you see things all over the press, that is Jay-Z's lawyer and his team, or Tony Buzbee and their team, hiring a publicist and putting out a press release, and then it hits mainstream media. That's all I have for you guys from now. My advice would be to just sit back, chill. Do not think this is over. Last thing I want to say is, you hear what that lawyer just said, where they might get together and be like, all right, you have 3 cases against me. You have 3 cases against me. Okay, this one's not going to work. That one's not going to work. You know what? Let's just walk away from this completely. Who knows? All I'm saying is it's still too early, and just trust me, this is not the last that you heard from Tony Buzbee or people on his team. Just chill. But Jay-Z ain't winning no money from Tony Buzbee. I can tell you that. I can assure you that. Not taking sides, just telling you what's going to happen. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Our second lead story. Elon Musk Doge seeks access to IRS database containing millions of Americans' private information and data. Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency, Doge, is making a push to gain access to an IRS system that holds financial records for all taxpayers, businesses, and nonprofits in the United States of America. According to the Washington Post, Doge is seeking access to a classified database containing millions of Americans' private financial information. If approved, the request would grant Doge official access to IRS systems, properties, database, which will allow access to individual taxpayers' accounts, PIN numbers, and bank details. The request comes after it was reported that Doge would reportedly lay off 1,500 IRS employees in the middle of tax season. Whoop, whoop. I really, really would like to know what y'all think about this. Every time I talk about, especially Elon Musk, I'm not his biggest fan. However, I do have to give credit to the man. You know, he did start a bunch of companies. He's also been very adamant about not only being after money, he does want to, you know, change the world. He wants to go to Mars. And there's a lot of things that he wants to do outside of Tesla and etc., right? The space shuttle. He has this chip thing in your head too, although I'm not the biggest fan, I do want to give him credit for the things that he's accomplished. But I don't understand this part of it. It just seems weird to me. Like, how could somebody this successful, this smart, the richest man in the world, be so adamant and so focused on cutting government efficiency? Like, doesn't he have a million other things that he could do in his day? And I get he wants to help Trump and he's working. I get that, but if something just doesn't sit right with me, there's got to be a bigger story here. There's got to be a bigger reason why he would want access. Now, I don't want to start a bunch of conspiracy theories and think, oh, maybe it's this and maybe it's that. I don't know. All I could say that just in my heart and in my gut, it just doesn't sit right with me. It just feels weird. It feels like there's a bigger play here. And I don't know what. And y'all know when I don't know something or I pretend not to know something, I leave it to you guys in the comment section. So what do you guys think the reason for this is? And to add to it, I understand, just for people who might want to come at me in the comment section, I do understand a smaller government. I do understand the mandate. I understand everything, as I tell you guys every day, and you guys drag me for this too. I'm not Republican or I'm not Democrat. I'm purple. There's one person in the comment section like every day, she's like, "You're not purple, but I still love your show. I can't leave you." So shout out to whoever you are. I get it. I get it. Republicans control all facets of the government, and a lot of Republicans want to work on the deficit. They want smaller government. I get it. I get the laying off of the 15. Did I say 1,500? It's 15,000, by the way, if I misspoke. It's my dyslexia, sorry. But I get the laying off of 15,000. I get it. Why does Elon Musk and Doge need access to every taxpayer's accounts? I don't get it. What does that have to do with bringing down the cost of the government and helping the deficit? I don't know. You guys, let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Something's going on, y'all. All right, hold on one sec. I just went to check who the person is that I was talking to you about. Linda Gorman 313. All the time, dragging me in the comment section, talking to me about Trump, saying that I'm not purple, but she loves the podcast and stays. And by the way, that is the whole point of the podcast. So shout out to Linda. Thank you for the love. Thank you for sticking around. That is the whole point of this show. If you're Republican or Democrat, you say whatever you want, you say your views, and you stick around, and we argue about it back and forth. So shout out to Linda, and thank you for the love, and thank you for the support. All right, let's go to quick news now. All right, so this brings us to quick news. Ring my bell. Our first quick story. Cardi B spotted with NFL star Stefon Diggs in Miami. Stefon Diggs and Cardi B spent Valentine's Day together. It was rumored that Cardi B had an affair with Diggs while she was pregnant with Offset's child. I hate doing relationship gossip stuff. Ugh. But yeah, everyone's talking about this. Here's a video with Cardi B on Valentine's Day. Take a look. Cardi B also posted this on her Instagram page, and you'll see this picture of her in heels, like, and stepping on rose petals or whatever. I mean, for those of you who don't know, I'm sure just by that small caption I read to you, you could just tell of the drama that's going on between Cardi B and Offset. There's speculation, and it alleged that they were together while Cardi B was pregnant. We talked to you guys about this multiple times. I think it was like, last month that this happened? Or maybe it was in December. While we talked about this months ago, we also told you that Offset was repeatedly, not once or twice, repeatedly cheating on Cardi B before she was pregnant with their third child, I think they have. There's divorce rumors, or not even divorce rumors. They were supposed to get divorced years ago. So while people drag Cardi, which let's not get into it now, but drag Cardi for cheating on Offset while she was pregnant, Offset was cheating on her multiple times for years and years and years. So I don't know what team you're on, and I get that it is obviously technically different when you are a woman and a man. When you are what do they call it, with child? Technically, it is different. And I think we even talked about this one time in social discussion. While it's technically different, is it morally the same? So I guess sound off below on that. We actually have something I think coming up next with Offset, but and his answer to this allegation. But like I said, I try not to get into these things. And more importantly for me, it looks like Cardi B is happy. She's denied these allegations, but then she posts these things. It's like she likes to antagonize us. But ultimately, she's happy. I've said a bunch of times that I don't think they're ever going to get divorced, and it looks like they are, and they've moved on. So for me personally, I'm happy for Cardi B, and it doesn't matter what she did when she was pregnant or not pregnant, whatever. I think Cardi B's a good person. I think she has a good heart. I know that some people feel differently about her, but I think she's a good person, and she deserves to be happy. You know what I mean? She works hard, so I hope her next relationship is fruitful and rewarding to her. Our second quick story, I think this is so whack. Offset takes shots at Cardi B over divorce in new track 10. Like, so whack. Why would you make a diss track to your ex-wife? Your mother of 3 children, you know? Whack. This is not manly at all. Offset and Cardi B divorce continues to be a volatile topic with no signs of a resolution in sight. The former Migos rapper made waves again with his latest track 10, which released February the 14th, ironically, Valentine's Day. Bro, it's giving like you're so hurt and crushed inside. You release a diss track to your your wife who you're getting a divorce with on Valentine's Day. Whack. The song is an unapologetic reflection of his single status, and some speculate it could be a direct jab at Cardi B, his estranged wife. You think? And I guess that's the word, estranged wife. You can't call her ex-wife. In the song, Offset raps with confidence about his past lovers and flaunts his independence. Whack. But he's just not flaunting his freedom. In a surprise admission, Offset acknowledges his infidelities. Despite the drama, both have been seen with other people, signaling that they are both moving forward with their lives. Offset has been spotted in Atlanta with a model, while Cardi B has sparked dating rumors with NFL star Stefon Diggs in New York City. Bro, it's giving just pathetic. That's what it's giving, you know? Like, I'm always of the mindset of just keep it real. You know what I mean? Like, if I was to put out a track on Valentine's Day, I would either put out like, yo, I'm heartbroken, I'm sad, I'm lonely, it sucks that I lost my wife or whatever. Or I would put out something like, hey, you know what? I'm single now. Like, yo, shout out to my new girl. Like, I just wouldn't put out something like that. That's like taking jabs and digging back in a past relationship. I just think it's whack. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Oh, I have a clip of the song. Like, it's just so whack. I'll try to find a place that's like decent that I'll play for you. Actually, you know what? I don't want to give it any sort of light, whatever. It's not even a good song. Trust me, you're not missing anything. Let's just go to the next story. Our third quick story. All right. So I have searched Kendrick Lamar, not me, by the way. This is from a fan. So I searched Kendrick Lamar on Spotify and GNX pops up. Then I head on to search Drake and Party Next Door, and their new album doesn't pop up on Spotify. This is some BS. So a fan put this out. A fan put this out. He was paid by Drake. A fan put this out, and it was reposted on, of all people, Academics, Drake's number one fan. And Academics said, y'all think they conspiring against the boy. Thousands of Drake fans are complaining it's hard to find his new album on the platform. Here is a video of the fan. Actually, I'll talk through it because there's no audio. You'll see him searching Kendrick, and you see what pops up. And then you search, he's going to go now and search Drake. Here it comes. He searches Drake, Party Next Door, and you see there's a bunch of stuff that's coming up, and there is no new album songs for you, right? So Drake's social media account likes a post from Academics. The post includes a social media user speculating the coincidence that they could search Kendrick Lamar's project on Spotify, but they cannot find the latest album from Party Next Door. Okay, sorry, I don't know why I searched to find that. It's exactly what I just said already. Sorry about that. So look, is it possible? Yes. I ask any of you guys who are watching this now, go on your phones, search it. Like I said, I asked a couple of people. I don't know what this is. A couple of people are like, yes, Drake is going to use this now in his case, in his filing. I don't know. I just have to speculate that it could be something that there's a glitch. I don't know. You guys let me know if this has happened to you, and we'll take it further from there. I'm on the fence on this one. Our fourth quick story. Donald Trump blames Biden for the current inflation prices despite claiming that he would lower costs on day one. He said, I've been here for 3 weeks. I have nothing to do with inflation. I'm going to play two videos for you. That I've watched the videos already. That's why I'm laughing. I'm laughing because two reasons. I'm laughing at the people who thought that Donald Trump could lower inflation on day one. If you know anything about inflation, that's just impossible. So Trump is right to blame Biden because he was in the administration before. However, we all know that inflation was on a rise across every country in the entire world because of what happened in 2020. However, Biden was still there as president, so he has to take the blame. So he's right in that. But where he's at fault is saying, and I'm going to play the video where he's saying, I'm going to lower it on day one. So listen to the video of him blaming Biden, and then I'm going to play a video of you saying that he's going to lower it on day one. Take a listen.
You saw the inflation numbers. I've been here for 3 weeks. I have had nothing to do with inflation. This was caused by Biden.
All right, now listen to Trump again on the campaign trail.
So when I win, I will immediately bring prices down starting on day one.
So I leave this to you. Linda, the Donald Trump fan in the comment section. What do you think about this with Trump? Now, we have seen Trump do a lot of things on day one, a lot of executive orders, and I'm not saying that he hasn't done a lot. He says that he's done more in the past 3 weeks than Biden did in the past 4 years. That's you can argue that point, but let's not get into that. Where are the executive orders to lower prices, to lower inflation, to lower interest rates, to lower gas prices, to lower eggs prices? And I know there's other things that are causing egg prices to go up, but I have said this the past couple of times that I've talked about Trump since he's been in office. I'm not saying that he hasn't fulfilled a lot of his promises. I just feel like he could be doing a lot more for the American people when it comes to their bank accounts and their wallets. He has done a lot. As an independent, I can admit that. Don't come at me. I'm not saying that he hasn't done a good job, and Democrats, don't come at me saying that he hasn't, because he has done some good things. You have to admit that. You have to be fair. But Linda, I ask you, what has Trump done for your wallet? What has he done for your interest rates? What has he done for the money for the people? We all know that he's been very focused on immigration and a bunch of other things. What has he done? And how do you feel about this? How do you feel about him promising on day one that he's going to lower prices? And now we're 3 weeks in and he's like, what? What? Me? What has nothing to do with me? It's all Biden and Kamala. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, I know her name is Kamala, but is it Kamala? I get confused now. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Kamala Harris, not Kamala. Our fifth quick story. Drake and Party Next Door's new album saw a 44.1% decrease in streams in the US in the second day on Spotify. What did I tell y'all, man? February the 14th was 28 million. February the 15th is 16 million. Not one single is doing above 1.4 million streams at this moment in the US. 1 million. I told you guys yesterday, and for those of you who missed this show, I still actually have my letter of resignation here. I have officially resigned from the Drake fan club. Like, again, it wasn't as much of is the album good or if it's not good. It's Drake did not do enough on this album with any of these singles to counteract what Kendrick Lamar did to him in the past 6 months. And I'm very, very disappointed. For those of you who want to hear more, go check yesterday's episode. Yesterday was a good episode. We talked a lot about Jay-Z and Drake and all of that stuff. But yeah, this is just further proof that it's not good enough. Of course, people are going to tune in the first day. And in yesterday's episode, we told you about, he had the first day numbers, 24 hours. He has 8 songs in the top 10. And I told you the first song, the number one song was CN Tower. Well, it's the number one song. It's the first song on the album. So, of course, it's going to be number one on Apple because everyone's going to want to go and tune in and listen. It's the same reason what I said about Kendrick. Of course, people are going to want to tune in. People want to hear the battle. However, what Kendrick did that was better is that you're tuning in to hear, but he's actually giving you good product. We're tuning in to hear Drake, and he's giving us mid to okay product. We need number one global smash singles. And I gave the example is I need my mom calling me saying, yo, did you hear Drake's new album? You need everybody. You need people who are not involved in hip hop, who are on the blogs, refreshing at midnight, listening to your album to see what you're going to say about Kendrick. You need to go beyond that. It needs to be on Billboard. It needs to be everywhere. So just want to follow up. Drake and Party Next Door songs are cut by half. Not even a week later, the next day later. Drake, you disappointed me, bruh. Our sixth quick story. Look at here. Kendrick Lamar becomes the first rapper to chart 3 albums simultaneously in Billboard 200 Top 10. Kendrick Lamar's GNX returns to the number one spot this week on Billboard, followed by 2 of his other albums, Damn and Good Kid, Mad City at number 9 and number 10. So he has the number one album, number 9 and number 10. Now, to be fair, I said this yesterday, but for those who missed it, the only reason why GNX is at number 1 is because Kendrick was super smart, and I give him credit for this. Strategically, Kendrick is a master. He pre-sold his album, the physical copy, and the vinyl for DJs the week that GNX dropped, I think was in November, and he's shipping them out this week because he knew it was going to be the week after Super Bowl and the week after Grammys. So those, I think it was 243,000 units were already bought in November. So he's shipping them out. So they didn't count because they were pre-sales, and they will count today. Well, not today, but they will count this week. So that's why GNX is number 1. However, he didn't do anything for Good Kid, Mad City and Damn. That's just all the Drake and Kendrick hype, and he's going back in at top. And where's Drake? I don't know. We'll see next week, but I don't think he's done enough to counter everything that Kendrick is doing. Kendrick beat him in strategy, yo. Our 7th quick story. Asking my opinion, Candace. Now, for those of you who are watching on YouTube, just look up right here in the corner and you'll see where this screenshot was grabbed from. Candace Owens. She put out on her Instagram, free Wendy Williams. Now, for those of you who've been watching the show a long time, you know that I never really hesitate to drag Candace Owens. There's a lot of things that she says that I don't agree with. Some I do. And I never hesitate to drag her when need be. We definitely could have a very interesting discussion, me and Candace Owens. However, I really would like to applaud Candace for bringing light to the Wendy Williams situation and adding to the algorithm and adding to the people that are vouching for Wendy and saying that she needs to get out of this conservatorship. Candace doesn't really always go to bat for people in the Black community. She's very judgmental, I find, in my opinion. However, I'm really happy that she did this. A little bit late to the party, a little bit late. You know what I mean? And somebody had to send this to her and ask her opinion, and then she gives her opinion. I'm going to give you the video of her in 1 second. I find it a little bit funny. I won't even play this part, but in the beginning of the video, she has to describe to her audience who Wendy Williams is. She's like, well, by the way, Wendy Williams is this, and she's a former talk show host, and she was this, and she was this, and she just ended up in this conservatorship. That should tell you everything you need to know about Candace Owens and her audience. However, I digress. She is definitely putting out the Free Wendy campaign, and she does have a huge multi-million people platform. She has millions of people on her platform. Anyways, here's the video of Candace Owens.
We got to talk about Wendy Williams. You guys were messaging me, asking my opinion on this. Okay. She started her life broke. She's allowed to end her life broke. And so I view this as her being wronged. I view this as her being in prisons. And I want to use my platform to say that Wendy Williams should be freed before they do to her what they did to Britney Spears.
Good on you, Candace. Good on you. Supporting your sister, Wendy Williams. Like I said, you're late to the party, but welcome. We like you over on this side. Shout out to Candace. Our 8th quick story. Onijah Robinson reportedly detained in Dubai, allegedly over smoking a cigarette, and could face up to 5 years in prison. Y'all remember Onijah? We told you about her. She was in Pakistan and she was holding up the government saying, give me $100,000. I came here to marry somebody. I'm going to change the whole country. And then she's like, yo, I'm off to Dubai. So she hasn't been seen in days. And a friend recently went live claiming that she's been arrested. Dubai's strict laws have landed many foreigners in legal trouble over seemingly minor offenses. This could be another case. So this is not like fact out there. This is just one of her friends speculating, but I want to follow up. For those who don't know, Onijah is literally like a viral sensation. I would say she's probably like the first like viral, like non-celebrity person in 2025. If I could think of somebody else. Yeah, no, Onijah. Like, trust me, she is huge. Google her. She's hilarious. I did say though, when people laugh at her, to just maybe put a little asterisk beside it. We don't know what's wrong with her. We don't know her mental state. She does seem a little bit off, but I hope she's okay. And I always say when I talk about her, I would like her friend who's going viral or whoever her family is to maybe like go out there and bring her home. Apparently the government arranged a flight from her from Pakistan back to New York and she didn't take it and she's out in Dubai. So her loved ones, somebody out there, go get Onijah and bring her back home. It's funny. I get everyone's having a great laugh about it, but we don't know really what's up with her and we don't know if she could be left on her own. So for those of you who know Onijah, go get your girl. Our 9th quick story. Elon Musk calls out 60 Minutes. Elon is always doing the most, like all the time. 60 Minutes tweeted out this and said, President Trump says that U.S. aid is rife with fraud. But Andrew Nios, a Republican former administrator of U.S. aid, calls this utter nonsense. He says that U.S. aid is the most accountable agency in the world. Elon Musk retweeted and said, 60 Minutes are the biggest liars in the world. They engage in deliberate deception to interfere with the last election. They deserve a long prison sentence. 60 minutes, not one person, 60 minutes. Again, I don't understand why this businessman, the richest man in the world, is so caught up and concerned with the U.S. government. I really don't know. Just wanted to show you this, but Linda, let me know. I'm picking on Linda today. I love you though. Our 10th quick story. Wendy Williams spotted out in Miami having dinner with her son and family amid ongoing guardianship battle. All right, Wendy Williams was seen in Miami this past Saturday enjoying a dinner with her son, Kevin, and the rest of her family, despite all the drama surrounding her guardianship. It looks like Wendy is making time for her family. All right, we played a clip for you guys yesterday with Wendy Williams landing at the airport. So we confirmed that, yes, she did make it out. There was speculation that we didn't know if their guardianship was actually going to let her out, even though the judge confirmed it and gave her authorization. So she was out. And now we have video of Wendy actually in Florida with her son. And even though Wendy did say that her son was part of the reason why she was in the conservatorship, you guys can check out last week's episode on that. I won't get into it now. But she did say that her son was mismanaging a lot of her money, and that caused Wells Fargo to call in the government and call in this guardianship. But it's really, really nice to see the fact that she's sitting down. And she even alluded to the fact, yes, I called out my son. I said that he did things wrong, but he's still my son. He's a good person. It's not going to be awkward. I can't wait to see him. And here she is having breakfast or lunch, whatever, with him. Here's the video. Take a listen. Every video that we grab of Wendy, she looks like she is on cloud nine. I cannot wait for her to get out of this luxury prison that she calls. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, the judge is supposed to answer or give a response on her affidavits that she requested to get out. Although we told you guys it's probably not going to happen, it's just like a 1% chance of happening. But the judge is still going to answer today, and then whatever his answer is, her lawyers, Wendy's lawyers, could ask for a trial by jury, which I think that will help. People are saying that will help Wendy get out. So we're almost there. We're close. Free Wendy. Our 11th quick story. LiAngelo Ball breaks his silence after ending his relationship with Miss Nikki Baby. He said, "I'll never leave or abandon any of my kids." All right, we've told you guys this over the past couple of weeks. This is Jello Ball, brother of Mello, and I always forget the other one's name. Anyways, the Ball brothers, all right, that are in the NBA, for those of you who don't remember. And Nikki says that he texted her and was like, "Yo, I have another woman pregnant and I'm leaving you. I'm out. Bye." And he was cheating on her, and their daughter was like 2 months old or something like that. So now you're all caught up. Anyways, through all that, he's never said anything, but now it's saying that Jello Ball has finally broken his silence amid the drama between him and his ex-girl, Miss Nikki Baby, after she revealed he left her and their 2 children for Rashida Nicole. Jello left a comment under Hollywood Unlocked's page and said that he would never abandon his kids after the outlet shared a picture of his daughter. That's the breaking the silence? He left a comment underneath a blog post? Yo, Jello, man. What is wrong with these dudes out here? Offset and Jello, like, you guys are disappointing me. Drake, Jello, and Offset are disappointing me. What is up, man? Y'all are failing us. God, I literally thought there'd be more. This is it. Yeah, he commented just underneath Hollywood Unlocked. Ridiculous. Our 12th quick story update. Miss Nikki Baby responds to Jello Ball after he denied abandoning his kids. Okay, I hope she drags him. All right, she posted this. I don't know, maybe this was under Hollywood Unlocked. I don't know. But Miss Nikki Baby said, "To clarify, we don't care that you left me." Who's we don't? We don't care that you left me. It's the way you did it. Blatantly disrespecting the mother of your 2 kids, not caring about my mental health while I'm carrying our kids or my postpartum. In the last 3 weeks since we separated, you have tried to see them twice. Why would I let you take our kids while you have a woman lying with you who not only disrespects me, but whom you hardly know and is a complete stranger to me? My kids are 1 year old and 2 months old. They cannot talk yet and inform me of what's going on. I'm not comfortable with them being around somebody I don't even know. Mind you, since you left, I'm the one who reached out to you to FaceTime them. You haven't texted or called one time asking how they are in 3 weeks. Make it make sense. Also, I offered you to come here and I would leave. You chose not to. To me, that's some sort of abandonment, so take it how you want. Especially since you've been in these kids' lives since the day they were born. Wow. The highlight there to me is, yo, my kids are 1 and 2 months old. You want them to be up there with a stranger who doesn't even like me? And for those of you who don't know, Rashida Nicole was dragging Nikki Baby in her comment sections on her Instagram, posting up pictures with her and Jello when their tattoos and showing that they're at dinner. Their tattoos were proof that they were together. I don't blame Nikki at all for this. And I fully think it's wrong for Jello not to see his kids. And if she's offering to say, yo, you can come here and I will leave, if I were him, what I would do is I would bring somebody with me, a member of my family or whatever, and have it supervised just so she can say, hey, I haven't done anything or whatever. Or be like, you know what? You don't need to leave. I'll come and pick them up. Like, leave me time with them. But I know that she doesn't want that because she doesn't trust what's going on. Anyways, this is going to be messy. And y'all know I hate messy relationship stuff, but horrible. I feel bad for Nikki with this one, man. And like just a couple of months ago, Jello's dad was like, I love Nikki so much. She's a businesswoman. She's about her business. She's a multimillionaire. She makes her own money, whatever. Like for Jello to just be doing this, like that's just whack, man. And you have a 2-month-old. And like I always say to all of these dudes, things like this live on the internet forever. Your daughter's going to grow up one day and Google you and Google your relationship and see all of this. And you're going to have to answer to that. So you might think it's all cool right now. Ha ha ha. You're your new girl. And yo, Nikki's this, Nikki's that. You're going to have to answer to both of your children when they get older. The internet never forgets. Our 13th quick story. President Trump with an interesting post. He says, he who saves his country does not violate any law. All right, I wanted to put this in here. It's going a little viral. A couple of people had some things to say in the comment section. A lot of people. I wanted to bring it to you guys, Linda. I'm going to have fun. Linda, Republicans, Trump supporters, what does this mean? Some people in the comment section were alluding to other leaders saying these kind of things. I'm not going to lead anybody to think anything. I'm just going to leave it to you guys in my comment section. But is this just an innocent post? What do you think Donald Trump means to this? Of course, also to Republicans, independents, everybody weigh in on this. But what does he mean by this post? What is he suggesting? And does this sound familiar to former leaders in our past, in the history books? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Our 14th quick story. Meek Mill tweets out a very important message and says, it's no way I'm letting Elon Musk have more baby mothers than me. Laugh out loud. Meek Mills doesn't want to get left out of the race following the news of Elon Musk welcoming his 13th child. Meek has 2 sons with 1 woman and another person. So he has 2 baby mamas. Everybody was talking about this over the weekend. We put this in yesterday's show. I think it was yesterday's show where an author, I can't remember her name, something Sinclair, revealed that she was Trump's new baby mama, his 13th child, I think his 4th baby mama. And Nick Cannon weighed in, Meek Mills, I think Plies weighed in too. So everyone's kind of just alluding to the fact that, you know, in the hip hop world, a lot of these, you know, rappers, which I hate that stereotype, have baby mamas, and Meek Mills is not doing anything to help the stereotype. But like I said yesterday, to me, it's not a big deal that he has 13 kids. I'm sure he has paying for them and their child support and all of that stuff. So it really doesn't matter to me. Doesn't make me feel any more connected to him or less connected to him. It doesn't make me feel that he's cool or not. It's not hip hop. It's not urban to have kids and baby mamas. So I just think it's ridiculous. I don't even know why it's news. Who put this in here? Why would you guys give me this? That's my little joke because there's nobody else in here but me. I have to talk about viral things even though I hate it sometimes. I'm funny, huh? Our 15th quick story. Stephen A. Smith reacts to reports that he's running for president in 2028, claims that Trump inspired all of us. Oh my gosh. I just talked about things I don't like. I don't want to talk about. Exhibit B. If you've been keeping up with the online chatter, you might have heard whispers that Stephen A. Smith is eyeing the White House. But is he really about to pull a Trump-like move and run for president? Well, the ESPN commentator finally set the record straight. In case you missed it, the New Yorker Jay Caspin wrote an article saying Stephen A. Smith for president, which had social media in a frenzy. The piece suggested that Smith's bold, no-nonsense attitude could shake up politics the same way that he did the sports world. And Smith himself didn't exactly shut down the idea. He said, I'm qualified to be a hellraiser, Smith told the outlet. I'm going to bring the rain. Nobody is safe with me around. No Democrat, no Republican, no one. However, he made it clear that in the new TMZ interview, and he said, I ain't trying to run for office or anything like that. I love talking about politics. I love talking about things that are just not only about sports. If the American people want to sit up there and say, yo, Stephen A. Smith, we want you to run, I'm not going to be mad at it. What? Anyways, I'm going to put a post that he put up, or I think this is the post from the guy in the New Yorker, Jay. Stop the nonsense, Stephen A. Smith, all right? Nobody's calling you to run for president. I mean, I like I always say when I talk about Stephen A. Smith, total legend, total respect. But this past year, the things that he's doing, like on his YouTube channel and the things that he says just to try to get clicks, like, I add him to the list. Stephen A. Smith, Drake, LiAngelo Ball, and Offset. Ain't doing good out here. Our 16th quick story. Trump admission is considering banning junk food from being bought with food stamps. All right. Now this I like. Y'all know I'm very health conscious, even though I cheat sometimes, but I'm very health conscious. Junk food may be disqualified from being purchased with food stamps soon, according to Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins. Rollins, who was recently appointed to the committee, says that she will work hand in hand with the new Health and Human Services Secretary, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., and Elon Musk Doge to make sure Americans are buying healthy options with their food stamps. I really like this. It's unclear how the plan will work, but the idea already is under construction in Congress. I really, really like this idea. I remember Michelle Obama tried to do something like this, and I think they tried to do something like this under the Biden administration. So I love all this. Take junk food out of the program. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I agree with it. Our 17th quick story. Drake throws DeRozan's jersey into the crowd. See what I was talking about yesterday, man? Oh, everything that he's doing is just opposite of what Drake needs to be done, man. Oh, I'm going to play the video. Just take a listen. Oh my gosh. For those of you who don't know the drama, DeRozan played for the Raptors. He was supposed to be super close with Drake. Well, he was really close with Drake. Drake wanted him to, maintain his alliance during the beef. He didn't because he's an LA native and he was in the Not Like Us video. When I interviewed DeMar, I wanted to ask him about this, but the publicist didn't let me ask him anything about this. They said, you're not allowed. You can only talk to him about your book, which I hate. But Drake, even though I may agree with you that DeRozan should have stayed on your side because you did a lot for him when he first came to Toronto, focus, my dude. You look like you're on stage. You're on stage looking like a kid throwing a temper tantrum. DeMar DeRozan, bro. One focus. A number one global smash hit that lasts 10 weeks on the charts. That's all that you should be doing. Like, this is crazy. You're out in Australia and you're like throwing temper tantrums, like craziness. In other Drake news, Drake's Nokia has reached number one on iTunes. Drake's song Nokia has reached in the number one position in iTunes, marking a significant success for the artist. I wanted to throw this in here so that somebody doesn't say in the comment section, yeah, he has a number one. I need him to have a number one, or I don't need him. I don't care what he does. He needs to have a number one on Billboard. Having a number one on iTunes just means that people are playing the song. And Nokia, yes, is getting up there. I heard it on Instagram, I think a couple of times today, on TikTok. It's trending. It's going to be a trending song for sure. Give Me a Hug. I think yesterday I told you guys it's all right. It's a good song, but it's not gonna stay up there. It's because he talked about Joe, he talked about Melissa Ford. Okay, I already showed you guys how it's going down, but Nokia might be good. But Drake doesn't need a trending song on Instagram. He doesn't need a TikTok trend that's gonna last 2 weeks. This guy, like, Drake, you're disappointing me, bro.
This is DeMar DeRozan, and you are listening to the Trent Out Loud podcast.
All right, this brings us to social discussion of the day. All right, I think this is a really good social discussion. What's one quality you need in your partner? I don't know why social discussion always ends up being about love and relationships. I have no idea. But I think it's just a good conversation starter. But anyways, let me know in the comment section below, by the way, some ideas to put into social discussion. All right, anyways. The first person answered and said emotional intelligence. I agree. Another person said God-fearing. I agree. Somebody said humor. That's the most important quality you need? Humor? Okay. Somebody said, they continued by saying emotion availability, confidence. By the way, I can't keep on reading. The answer is what's one quality, not list your quality. What's one quality you need in your partner, which is basically indirectly saying what's your most important one. Somebody said financial stability. I talked about this at length yesterday. If you start thinking about money, if one more person says something to me about money in a relationship, like you got it all wrong. That's why the divorce rate is so high. Anyways, I digress. Somebody said, God, again, understanding my love languages and actually feeling the importance of them. That's a really good answer, by the way. I don't want to get into it, but that's a really good answer. That's something I need to learn to do, to understand of like something that's important to you that I might not feel that's important. I should make that important to me. Because sometimes I feel like it's not like the only thing that I think is important, but for me, a lot of the things are about like us and what we're going to do in life and, how we're going to be great together. But there are some other things that might be important to you that might not involve us being great or our children or whatever. I'm always thinking like globally. I don't know if you guys have got that from me, but I'm always trying to think big picture. And sometimes while thinking about a big picture and thinking about us being great in our family and taking over the world, I sometimes miss some little things. And I think I have to do a better job of understanding some little things that might be important to you along the way with us being great. Anyways, empathy for others. Okay, that's pretty big of you. Like empathy for others. That's the most important quality that you want in your partner. Wow, that says a lot about you. Good on you. Mindfulness. Yeah. Consideration. That's good. Emotional intelligence. Yep. Compassionate and understanding. Protective. That's good. Accountability. Woo! I love that accountability because accountability, it encompasses so much things. When you're accountable or when you're a person who takes accountability, I am that person. It fixes so many things that could go wrong in a relationship. People that take accountability, I pride myself on being accountable for everything I do. That's why I'm so hard on myself. But anyways, that's a really good thing. What's another one here? A lot of people are writing like sentences. It should just be like a few sentences, like one sentence, or one word. That's what I was looking for. Somebody said patience. That's another good thing too. That is another thing that is underappreciated. Somebody that has patience is really good in a relationship. Again, that's one of the things I need to work on. I'm not patient. I want things right now, right away. I want to go. And I'm working on patience. I'm working on it. Anytime I do talks at like mental health conferences or business conferences, I always tell people, especially in business, the two most important things are sacrifice and patience. I'm great at making sacrifices. I am amazing at that. That's the number one reason why I've been successful in mostly everything I've tried to do in life, because I'm very easy at making sacrifices, but my patience, could hold me back. Loyalty. Somebody said loyalty. That's another great thing. Loyalty. Sometimes the loyalty doesn't always like translate into long, like you need loyalty, but I don't know if that has to be number one, but definitely at least a second or a third. Consistency. Yep. Somebody said inches. Honesty. Okay, another person. All right, now you guys are starting to get a little freaky here. Another person said wealthy. Ugh. All right. Communication. Woo! That's something that is very underestimated. If you are great people in a great relationship and you guys don't have great communication, that's horrible. I think I am a great communicator. It's the reason why I can sit down here by myself and do a podcast. I think I'm really great at communication. I can do better for sure. Another person said listening skills. This is really good, man. Really good. You guys gave me a lot of good ones. Anyways, somebody said good hygiene, compassion. Mine is the ability to make me great. That's the one thing I need because I feel like that's the one thing I give off. I never want something that I don't feel like I can give. And my number one attribute I feel in a relationship, and this is what I want to do for the world, but especially when I'm with somebody, I like to pour in and help them be great. I feel like my purpose in life is to make other people live out their dreams and be great, and not financially. Like, you want to be a school teacher, I want to help you become the best school teacher. Like my mom always said, like, she said that she would love me and be there for me regardless of whatever I wanted to do, as long as I was honest and as long as I tried to be the best at it. So she always said, if you're going to be a garbage man, it's not what I want you to be, but if you're going to be a garbage man, I want you to be the best garbage man there is. So that's how I've always been raised, and that's how I've always lived my life. So that's what I want to do for my partner. I just want to help you be great. And when I'm looking for somebody, I want that person to have the abilities to help me be great. That's what I need when I'm down and out, or when I'm thinking, or when things are not going well. I want you to be able to help me be the best version of me that I could be. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All right, this brings us to question of the day. Name a song that will never get old for you. All right, somebody said Tevin Campbell, Can We Talk? Oh, I like that song. Can we talk for a minute? Love that song. Jodeci, come and talk to me. I really want to meet you, girl. I really want to know your name. Yes, Jodeci. I love that we're starting with R&B. Let's go. Somebody said any 90s R&B. I'm down with that. I told you guys I made a shirt when I used to have my stores. If this relationship doesn't feel like 90s R&B, I don't want it. That is my number one genre of music, R&B, especially from the 90s and 2000s. Whoop, let's go. Somebody said Tony Braxton, he wasn't man enough for me. I don't know if that will never get, okay, it's not your favorite. It's a song that will never get old. Okay, for sure. That will definitely never get old. Somebody said Juvenile. Back that up. Drake's Take Care album. Okay. Usher Confessions. Woo! I'm there for that. Yup. Usher Confessions. There's no skips. No skips. Lauryn Hill, X Factor. Totally agree. Maxwell. Woo! Down with that. Nicki Minaj, Moment for Life. Okay, not like the best song in the world, but for sure that song will definitely never get old. Michael Jackson, Human Nature. I concur. Whitney Houston, I'll Always Love You. That song will never get old, ever. Totally agree. Keith Sweat, Make It Last Forever. Make it last forever. How's that song go again? I don't remember. But definitely. Somebody said Ruben stuttered. Wow, I haven't heard Ruben in so long. American Idol. Did he win American Idol? I think that's when he was with Kelly Clarkson and he came in like second. Wow, shout out to Ruben. Somebody said any songs from the 90s, 80s, and 70s. Okay. Rome, I Belong to You. We Belong Together. Aaliyah, 1 in a Million. Facts. Michael Jackson, Rock My World. You rock my world, you know you did it. 1,000%. SWV, Right Here. 1,000%. I love that. People are putting in R. Kelly, but I'm not acknowledging that because y'all know I don't acknowledge R. Kelly. Joe, I Want to Know. That's such a dope song. Aston Martin Music. I don't know if that will never get old. Lloyd, You. Aaliyah, 1 in a Million. Cassie, Me and You. Sorry, Cassie. All right. I want some good ones here, man. Keisha Cole, Heaven Sent. Chris Brown, With You. Facts. Monica, Why I Love You So Much. Okay, we have so many other Monica songs. Like, what? Angel of Mine. That's what I was thinking. Angel of Mine for sure. Tony. It's our anniversary. 1,000%. What else? I was waiting for this. Casey and JoJo. Close to me, you're like my mother. Close to me, you're like my father. Close to me, you're like my sister. You are the only one, my everything. And for you, the song I sing all my life. I pray for someone like you. And I think, gosh, All My Life. I'm getting married to All My Life, yo. What? I am walking down, if I ever get married, I am walking down the aisle. Well, can you walk down the aisle? No, my first dance is All My Life. My favorite song of all times. I would say favorite song of all times, but top 5. Guy, I like. Music Soul Child, facts. Okay, Cisco, stop it. Maybe when he was with the group Drew Hill. I'm trying to find some like. There's no Boyz II Men here. What in the world? I thought we were for sure gonna. Somebody was definitely gonna put. Somebody put Dre. Where's Boyz II Men? All I Was Love You on Bended Knees. Like what? Anyways, let me know. Sound off, man. I want to know what is the song that will never get old. But give me your favorite, your top 2 favorite songs that will never get old. Let me know in the comment section below. Okay, this brings us to sports news. There were only 42 minutes of basketball played in the 3-hour-long 2025 NBA All-Star broadcast. Okay. This really isn't too much of a big deal to me, the amount of minutes that were played, because 42 minutes, that's the amount of minutes that are played in a game. So they have a breakdown here, whatever. The first game, it was 12 minutes, Kenny versus Chuck. Second game, it was 16 minutes, Shaq versus Rising All-Stars. And then 14 minutes with the Chuck versus Shaq. I just think the whole NBA All-Star Weekend is such a disaster. Like, it's just horrible. And the thing that I don't understand, and the reason why I wanted to put this in here and talk about this, is they always say, like, oh, the guys don't take it seriously and they don't play defense. And it's literally a waste of time. Like, the shooting around, the threes, the alley-oops, it's such a waste of time. And I'm going to talk about the slam dunk competition and the 3-point competition in 1 second. But why can't the Adam Silver, the commissioner, why can't he just say, guys, you need to play a real game. If you want to get voted in, play a real game. Like, it's like set up schemes, set up defense, and that's it. Like, these guys are all-stars. They're the best basketball players in the world. Just tell them to play a real game. What is so hard with playing a game? Now, I understand injuries and all of that stuff, but they're going right back out and playing another game in the next week. So what is it so hard to just play a game? Warm up, practice, and play a real game. It just makes no sense to me. Now, when it comes to the slam dunk competition, I forget the guy's name, McClellan, who's won back-to-back. I don't think it's fair, personally. I don't think it's fair that he gets to enter in the All-Star game, in the All-Star slam dunk competition. And for those of you who don't know, I think is it Adam McClellan or something like that. Anyways, he is from the G. So, sorry, let me backtrack and give context quickly. This really makes me upset. Every year I go off about this. The slam dunk competition used to be the most coveted thing to watch, the most coveted prize of All-Star Weekend. Jordan, Dominique Wilkins, Dr. J. It was amazing. Everybody alludes to the fact that because LeBron didn't go into it in this generation of basketball players, it kind of fell down to the wayside. So they've been trying to just make it better. Again, all the commissioner has to do is say, you, and you go. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just make rules. But because they couldn't get any stars to go in the slam dunk competition, I don't know if they didn't want to be embarrassed or whatever, they brought up this guy from the G League and they put him in a slam dunk competition. And his dunks are crazy. They are amazing. This guy's jumping over cars. He's jump over this, jump over that. But it's the All-Star Slam Dunk competition. How could you bring up somebody from the G League in the All-Star? You have to be in the NBA. Like, I think it's such a disservice to the All-Star. And he's won 3 of them. And by the way, this is what he does. He has all year to work and craft the best, craziest, most unbelievable dunks, while these NBA players have a 82 game schedule to play. They're trying to win a championship. So of course he's going to be a better dunker. So my whole thing is, if you're going to allow this G League McCullen guy to come in and dunk, bring anybody off the street, and then you have a slam dunk competition, and that would be actually amazing. If you don't think NBA players can dunk, okay, fine. Bring in all of the street guys and have a real dunk competition with other people that have the whole year to prepare for this. And then you have a real slam dunk competition. That's just my 2 cents. No one's going to listen to me, but fine. It really just makes me upset. To me, the highlight is the 3-point competition. You cannot fake it. You cannot, bring anybody in. You either make it or not. Shout out to Dame Lillard. He went up for 3-peat, which I don't think anyone has ever done before. And he didn't even make it to the final round, which was shocking. He missed it by 1 basket. But that's the whole point of the competition. It's all-stars. There were all-stars that went in, everybody who played in the NBA. And my guy, Dame Lillard did not make it. But shout out to him for trying. But other than Dame and the 3-point competition, the skills competition was hilarious with, what's him? With Webby and oh gosh, I'm not remembering his name now. Y'all know by now I'm just bad with names. Come on, man. Chris Paul, when they tried to they got disqualified. Anyways, I'm talking too much. That was my wrap up of the All-Star weekend. It was horrible. The best All-Star weekend, the last best All-Star weekend, where was that? Do your research. Toronto 2016. Adidas gave me and my staff and I tickets to go there. It was an amazing weekend. The best All-Star weekend, the last best All-Star weekend, although it was freezing cold. Jordan was there. Kobe was there. That was Kobe's last All-Star weekend. The last best All-Star weekend, 2016 All-Star in Toronto. Do your research if you don't believe me. All right, that brings us to a close. Thank you so much for kicking with me on my Tuesday show. Y'all know what that means. Tomorrow is hump day. Start getting a little more excited. We're halfway through the week. Although I feel like I was pretty excited for Tuesday today. Thank you so much for kicking with me. Thank you, Linda, for your comments. Thank you, everybody, for your comments. Sorry, Linda, if you feel like I called you out, but by the way, this is what I love. I said this earlier, but just want to reiterate, this is the part of the show that I close out and I talk to you guys. Just want to reiterate that I love comments like Linda. I love people like Linda that watch my show that are Donald Trump supporters that make comments about me in the comment section. Trent, you're not purple. Trent, you're really a Democrat. Trent, and some people are like, Trent, you're not really a Democrat. You're really a Republican. I love that. That's the whole point. That's the whole reason for this show. I say it every day. People ask me, Trent, how can you do a podcast by yourself? I don't. I do it with myself. I do it with people like Linda and everybody in the comment section. So thank you guys so much for your comments, even when they're not positive or they are positive or not positive, whatever it is. I read them all in my bed before I go to sleep and I talk about it the next day. So thank you, Linda, and thank you everybody for commenting. Before I let you guys go, I just want to remind you of all the ways to keep up with the Trent Out Loud podcast. For my YouTubers, if you are used to watching the show on YouTube and you're in the car or you're going on a flight and you want to find a way to grab a show, we are available on all podcast platforms where you can download the show. YouTube should allow you to download the show too, man. You don't put a call into YouTube. Anyways, just go to your desired podcast site. We're available on all of them. Type in Trent Out Loud. The show will pop up. Don't forget to hit the follow or subscribe button so that you can be notified every time we upload a new show. Just like YouTube, we upload daily. Now, vice versa, for those of you who are used to listening to the show on podcast platforms, please try to check me out on YouTube. If you think I'm animated and fun on audio, wait till you see me live and direct on your screens, your TV screen, laptop screen, phone screen, whatever. It's a great show. You'll see the videos, you see the visuals that we put out. But more importantly, like I said at the beginning of this segment, we have a great community going on over here on YouTube, and we definitely love it, and we need more comments. So make sure you come over to YouTube. Just go to YouTube, type in Trent Out Loud, the show will pop up. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button. Do not forget to hit that like button. And please do not forget to comment. And also, if you'd like, share the video because it also helps in growing the channel. For those of you who want to follow me on social media, I am available on all platforms. And it's always the same handle, Trent Out Loud. That's it for me. I'll see you for Hump Day Wednesday and have a great day. And again, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trent Out Loud. Peace!